Hello and welcome back to another OMNIHEROES video. In this video we're just going to have a look at Dawnbringers and who are the strongest Dawnbringers, who you should be using in Lost City. So first things first, let's address the elephant in the room, Atrops. Atrops is a Dawnbringer and does count towards your Dawnbringer total. Now you can use Atrops in a lineup very similar to this in order to pass through Dawnbringers. Very, very strong, and also has a number of other units. Also has a number of other units on the Valianters team itself that you can use alongside Atrops. For example, I think Marlena is a Dawnbringer, and where have you got to? Here you are. Yeah, so you do have the 3 Dawnbringers. Now, I don't put too much stock in Marlena. I've just got her up to 15 stars, don't have her Lightseeker synergy active at the moment. For me personally, top Dawnbringer would be Lancelot. Lancelot, I think, only just, Atrops is a better unit all around, but as a standalone unit that does provide for themselves, I would say that, again, Lancelot is probably the strongest Dawnbringer. Now, you can build up a team of something like this. This is all 4 Avengers plus Atrops as a full 5 Dawnbringer team. Can be very, very strong, but I would suggest against it because you do have El Ryan on here, who is not great. Dio Chan also, she's not impressed me. As much as I thought she would, she's not impressed me. Albert, again, he's okay. Don't sleep on Albert. He is reasonably strong. So you could go with something like this and just include 2 very powerful other units, potentially like Dahlia. If you are struggling with damage, you pop Dahlia in this front slot and you can switch round. But for this team, I think the overall the most comprehensive team that you can run is something like this. So you have your 4 Ethereals here. So you have Eudora. If you don't have Eudora, you just take her out and you pop in Atrops. And in fact, let's see if we can do that. Let's take out Eudora and see if it works. But we will pop in Porsche as well. Now, something to note as well, I do have my Lightseeker synergy. So as you can see, I've got 3 Lightseekers. Does basically the same thing as the Royal synergy, except the Royal synergy you get that shield at the start of battle, whereas with Lightseekers you just get the damage reduction and damage increase as well. And let's go ahead and pop in Atrops and let's see whether or not this is any good, or this team is any good. Now, Porsche is a unit which I don't use altogether too often, except for times like these, where specifically we're looking for, there we go, we'll choose you, we'll have you, and then we'll have you as well. But yeah, Porsche, she's not super impressive, but she should be on paper. She's actually quite good. So if we look at talent, we jump in. Porsche attacks frontline enemies. That's not the right one. Here we go. At the start of each round, Porsche summons a Wave Breaker. Porsche can summon up to 4. The Wave Breaker inherits 50% of her stats and attacks a single enemy, dealing 50% damage. When it dies, it will self-destruct. So very, very strong. This is the bit that we like. So whenever Porsche receives healing, the excess of healing of 2% will be converted into attack. The total converted attack cannot exceed 40% of her own attack. So the higher her attack is, the higher the ceiling for her. So that's why she comes in very handy with Elisha. If you don't have, or if you don't want to use Atrops in that particular build, you can combine Porsche and Karnak together. The healing from Karnak does contribute towards Porsche's attack increase. So there is that to take into consideration. But for me, let's try Atrops first, and let's see how it goes with this team. Again, Katrina used to be a staple in all of my teams. Katrina and Karnak combination, very, very strong. So we do get the we get the shields back and we get the HP up, and that is from Elisha's passive and also from Katrina's passive as well. Now, we are looking to heal as much as we can, but again, it's not something that we're going to be relying on. Again, I would suggest that Porsche, she kind of does need healing, like this entire team does need healing, but that is where Atrops can come in handy if you do have her Lightseeker synergy. So just something to keep in mind. And let's see how much damage we do here. Okay, so we get our max shields up quite high because of the crits that we're doing with thanks to Katrina. Now that has just protected a lot of damage here. And we do get some crits on Porsche as well, freezing a lot of our enemy units, and we also gain a lot of attack back as well. So we do get our attack increased, and that will keep going up and up. The more that we increase our attack stacks, so as you can see, we're up to 13 stacks of crits at the moment. Could potentially have been more had our units crit more, but again, it is what it is. So I think we did it in 9 rounds that time. So I think what we're going to do, try again. Let's take out Atrops this time. Let's go ahead, pop Karnak in, and instead of going for Gord, we're going to go with Excalibur. Still a very, very relevant relic. Until they release another Ethereal's relic, which is increases crit rate, it's going to be very, very difficult to replace the Excalibur. So here we need as many crits as possible. We do get our HP up because of the relics that we're running. And we do get a stun on enemy Atrops and enemy Sylvan. That is going to be huge. And as you can see, our health is all the way back up to where it should be. And Porsche is now doing the business. So a full Ethereal's build with our 3 Dawnbreakers in here is doing much, much better than if we mixed and matched. If we just added Atrops in, you know, it kind of works, but it still kind of doesn't. We're not doing anywhere near as much damage as we were doing previously, but again, it's not like I expected altogether too much out of this team. We do need to start doing more damage, but fortunately we're up to 13 stacks already with our team. Hopefully we can get a couple more. So yep, there's a couple more stacks of attack increase in here. Can be very, very strong. And then here we go, Katrina to heal us all the way back up. Porsche still gaining that overheal effect, so very, very strong. I think she is fully built up now, and we have bound our enemies as well. That does come from Karnak. Now, Karnak, I have his half red runes. Karnak was one of the first units that I got up to full red runes, and as you can see, we've bound and frozen the entire enemy team. Plus now we've stunned enemy Sylvan and enemy Stannard as well. So there is a chance for us to not take any damage whatsoever moving forward, because we will keep them stun locked effectively, or froze locked as it stands. So I think it is just Stannard and Sylvan, or enemy Stannard, enemy Sylvan to attack this time round. We are doing a fair chunk of damage to these guys, but because of our HP increases, they're not able to kill us, but we're not able to do the right amount of damage, or enough damage, I don't think, over the course of the next couple of rounds. So I think it will need to be. So it's a lot of damage from Elisha, but again, it's not enough, unfortunately. Karnak going to do not very much damage at all. And we did get it done, but it was only in round 11. So let's try this one more time. But what we're going to do, take out Porsche. We are going to pop Atrops in. We'll take out Karnak. And we will go ahead and pop in Dahlia. Now, the reason that I'm going to do that is so that we get the massive attack boosts. We do still have our 3 Dormbringers in the form of Dorabella, Atrops, and Katrina. Or we would do, anyway, had I not clicked off them. And let's go ahead and see whether or not this team is any good. Now, it may be that Dahlia goes down right away. May just be the case. She may just lose right off the bat, but it looks like we've frozen our first 2 enemies already, and we have switched now, so we are increasing our attack and defense, and we have also stunned as well. Do not discount that stun. It is really, really strong. Now again, there's no healing on this team from Karnak, which it could be a detriment, but I think with the stun lock that we've got going on at the moment, we should be absolutely fine. So we should see, Atrops do her ultimate here, increasing our attack based on 40% of her actual attack. We get Dahlia to copy, and Dahlia to do a ton of damage. She will be the main damage dealer, irrespective of her not being a Dawnbringer and not being an Ethereal. It is what it is. That's just how you get through these stages. So as you can see, doing much, much more damage with Dorabella now, up to 3,900 million. And we are also going to start to do much more damage. We'll see Katrina pop off here in just a second. Yeah, there we go. So Katrina does a chunk of damage to enemy Boji. It looks like he is the tank, but I think Dahlia is going to finish him off. Yeah, so a chunk of damage there. The combination of Elisha, Dahlia, and Atrops to push us through. Absolutely fantastic. And something to note as well, Cleo cannot be included on that team because she's not a Dawnbringer. So it is what it is. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you have a fantastic day and good luck.